Hey there, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any important updates like the one we have today. Now, today's video is an urgent warning, one that could impact thousands, if not millions, of pensioners across the UK. If you, or someone you know, is receiving benefits from the Department for Work and Pensions, also known as the DWP, then listen up, because major changes are coming your way in 2025 that you need to be prepared for. Yes, you heard that right. Starting in 2025, the DWP will be rolling out 2 major bank account checks, and these checks could have a significant impact on your financial situation if you're not ready. You might be wondering, what do these checks mean for me? How will they affect my pension? Well, stay with me because I'm about to break it all down for you in today's video. This is serious, and I don't want you to miss out on any crucial information that could help protect your benefits. The growing concerns around DWP checks in 2025. Alright, let's get to it. The DWP is set to introduce 2 major bank account checks starting in 2025, and this will apply to millions of people across the country. These checks are being introduced as part of the government's ongoing effort to crack down on benefit fraud and ensure that the right people are receiving the right payments. Now, you may think this sounds like something far in the future, but the truth is, it's closer than you think. These changes are not only going to affect how benefits are paid out, but they could also impact how you manage your finances, especially if you're a pensioner relying on your pension income. If you're someone who's been receiving your benefits without too much trouble, you might want to pay close attention. These bank account checks could disrupt the status quo, and if you're not prepared, you might find yourself in a situation where your benefits are delayed or even cut off. It's vital that you understand what's coming, how these checks will work, and most importantly, what you need to do now to avoid any nasty surprises down the line. Why is the DWP implementing these bank account checks? Before we jump into the specifics of the checks, let's take a moment to talk about why the DWP is introducing these new procedures. The government has been under increasing pressure to ensure that the welfare system is both fair and effective. Unfortunately, over the years, there have been growing concerns about benefit fraud. Benefit fraud can take many forms, from false claims to people receiving money they are not entitled to. And while the vast majority of claimants are honest, a small percentage of people exploiting the system can have a big impact on how benefits are administered. This is where these new bank account checks come in. The DWP is seeking to crack down on any potential fraud by making sure that people claiming benefits are living in the right financial circumstances. The checks are aimed at ensuring that individuals aren't hiding additional income or assets that would make them ineligible for certain benefits. So, it's not about targeting pensioners or regular citizens, it's about tightening up the system to prevent fraudulent claims. However, this means that all claimants, including pensioners, will need to be more careful about the financial records they keep. What exactly are these bank account checks? Now that we understand the motivation behind these checks, let's talk about what they actually entail. In 2025, the DWP will begin conducting regular checks on the bank accounts of those receiving benefits. These checks will look at things like your account balance. The DWP will be examining how much money you have in your bank accounts. If they see an unusually high balance, this could raise red flags and trigger further investigations. Regular deposits. If you're receiving regular deposits, such as from a family member, employer, or another source, the DWP will be able to see this information. The main aim of these checks is to make sure that individuals aren't receiving benefits while having too much extra income or savings. This could mean that they are not eligible for certain benefits in the first place. For pensioners, this could have big implications. If you've been receiving pension credits or other benefits and have any income or savings in your account that could affect your eligibility, these checks could bring it to light. What will happen if you fail the check? Now, this is where things get serious. What happens if the DWP finds something in your bank account that raises questions? If you fail the check, it doesn't necessarily mean that your benefits will be cut off immediately. However, it does mean that you could face a review or investigation into your financial situation. This process could take some time, which means you might experience delays in receiving your payments. For pensioners who rely on timely benefits to cover essential living costs, this could cause serious financial problems. In some cases, if the DWP determines that you've been receiving benefits you weren't eligible for, you may be asked to repay some or all of the money you've received. While this won't happen in every case, it's still a risk that you need to be aware of. So, how can you avoid this? Well, we'll get to that in just a moment, but for now, it's important to understand the potential consequences of these checks so that you can take action before 2025. How will this affect pensioners specifically? Pensioners are a particularly vulnerable group when it comes to these new DWP checks. Many older people live on fixed incomes from their pensions, and these payments are often supplemented by other benefits. So, if there are any discrepancies in your financial records, it could jeopardize your ability to get the support you need. One of the main things that could be flagged during these bank account checks is your savings. If you've been saving over the years or have assets like a house or a car, these could potentially affect your eligibility for certain benefits, such as pension credits or housing benefits. Let's say you've been saving for a rainy day, and you've accumulated a bit of extra money in your bank account. While this might seem like a smart financial move, it could end up causing problems when these checks roll out. It's essential that pensioners understand how the DWP is looking at their finances and how to stay within the guidelines of benefit eligibility. What you must do now to prepare for 2025. So, now that you know what's coming, what can you do about it? Here's the most important advice I can give you: take action now. The DWP may not be starting these checks until 2025, but there are things you can do in advance to make sure you're ready. First off, make sure you're keeping your financial records up to date. If you have savings or additional income, be prepared to explain where it's coming from. You want to make sure that everything is above board and properly documented. Review your bank accounts. Take a close look at your bank accounts, especially if you've had any changes in income. This could include receiving help from family members, selling assets, or anything else that could affect your eligibility for benefits. Understand the benefit rules. The DWP has clear guidelines on eligibility for benefits like pension credits, housing benefits, and others. If you're unsure about your situation, now's the time to review the rules. It's better to be informed now than caught off guard later. Consider consulting with an advisor. If you're not sure whether you might be affected by these checks, it could be worth speaking to a financial advisor or a benefits expert. They can give you tailored advice on how to avoid issues. Remember, the key is to be proactive. The last thing you want is to get caught up in a review process when these checks are implemented in 2025. In summary, be prepared and act now. Alright, let's wrap this up. The DWP's two major bank account checks in 2025 could have a serious impact on your benefits if you're not ready. These checks will scrutinize your bank accounts and look for any discrepancies in your financial situation. If you fail the check, it could result in delays, reviews, or even a reduction in benefits. For pensioners, this means being extra cautious with your savings and financial records. If you've been receiving any additional income or have assets that could affect your benefits, now is the time to get everything in order. So, make sure you're on top of your finances, understand the benefit rules, and consider consulting with a financial advisor if necessary. The best way to protect yourself is by being prepared. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe, stay informed, and don't forget to share this important information with anyone who might need it.